What's going on, guys? Today I am cleaning up the M3. I haven't washed it since the rally and it is hideously dirty. Gotta vacuum it out as well. And then the main thing I need to figure out today is these new tires are rubbing somewhere in here. I think right in the middle. So I'm either going to have to raise the front a little bit or roll this inner part of this fender. I think I'm just gonna roll this. It's got a really skinny lip in there. So I will get my fender roller out after I've cleaned the car and roll that lip, but let's get going. So when I actually turn the wheel, there is no gap there. So I may end up just raising this front, maybe like another 1/4 of an inch, and I probably will roll it too. I can feel where that's been rubbing right there. And I got some tire from everywhere in here, so I think I'm just rubbing it pretty much everywhere. I'm rubbing a lot right there. So I'm gonna have to raise these coilovers a little bit, and I'll probably roll them anyways. I also have my power steering line hanging down, but I'll tuck that back in. I've skipped that a little bit, got the car all clean, sprayed all of the letters off the back, so now I just have my liquid death at my 11 p.m. in the morning that I can see. And yeah, car cleaned up nice. Now it's time to pull it into the garage and jack it up, get those wheels off, start to play with some stuff, and we'll keep this show rolling. Doggo. The Ooga Dooga is charging up, so you might not be able to hear me, but I've got my jack and some jack stands. Gonna let that charge up so I can take my wheels off and then get started. But I will unpack this. We're underneath the car now, well, kind of. The car's jacked up. And it's always an important thing to check and make sure all your bolts are tight, especially if you're driving your car aggressively. So this bolt right here is kind of backing out a little bit, that lower one on that lollipop up there. So I'm gonna make sure that I tighten that down before I am done for the day for sure. So I brought a 16 out just to fix it. And looking under here, looks like right here I'm rubbing pretty good, also right here. Actually, looks like I'm rubbing on most of that inner wheel well. So what I'm gonna do is probably roll the fender, just that lip in, and then see how it looks with the wheel on there turned. If it still looks super sketchy and close, I'll probably end up raising the coilover about 1/4 of an inch. And I think I'll be happy with that, and I think we'll be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this fender roller all set up and get my heat gun, and then we can start rolling this thing. It's all set up now. I had to run the spacer on the back of this instead of in the front because this wouldn't fit over the wheel bearing. So that's kind of weird, but I guess we'll just see how this goes. So before looks kind of like that. Camera probably won't focus too well. So that's what we're looking at before. Let's say that's 1/4 of an inch or so. This side's rubbing really bad too. This is the passenger side that we haven't touched yet. And then if we come over to where we have rolled, you can see now it is basically completely flat. There's no lip in here. A little bit of wrap peeling off. But there's no lip at all. Perfectly flat. Which is what we're going for. And then I'll raise this coil over just a hair, maybe like 3 or 4 threads, and then I can go to the other side and do the same thing. That shouldn't really tweak my alignment too much, but I'd rather be safe and not completely crunch my fenders, so I'm just gonna do these little things to completely make sure I'm not baconing these things out or anything weird like that. So yeah, this side is done. Super easy coilover adjustment on those BCs. No idea how this is all gonna work once it's on the ground, but I did raise it about 1/4 of an inch, and I don't rub at full lock. I can still turn the wheel still spins and it's not rubbing on the frame. So that should be fine. I mean, if it still wants to rub a little bit once it's all the way down, I don't know what else I could really do. When my tire exploded, I had to switch to a 235 4018 versus the 225 that I was running previously. So if it becomes a huge issue, I will just have to switch back to a 225 instead of these 235s. But I'm hoping that doing this should prevent any sort of major rubbing or issues like that. So onto the other side. Well, it looks super tall right now. I don't like that, but might be what it needs. So let's get my wheel turn a bit more straight. Yeah, I mean, it's still obviously slammed, but how it's sitting right now, not bad. And I did notice, which really sucks, is that this side, the wheel did hit the fender. So I do have one little spot right there that's kind of like pinched. So I may have to take that to someone who knows what they're doing and have them fix that for me later. But for now, I'm gonna back up. Actually, I'm gonna put my bumper on, then back up off these blocks and see how it looks. Let's take a look at ride height now. I'm okay with it just because I know that I hopefully won't hit any more wheels on the front fender. And it is definitely still pretty low. It's kind of got that like functional-ish style in the sense that I'm not gonna destroy my tires or wheels when I do a dirt drop or anything like that, but ride height is set. Let me start the car real quick and turn my wheels to make sure it does work. So it looks like we have plenty of room over here on this side. I mean, I could easily hit anything with that and still be fine. And yeah, this side looks much better now. Now I've got, you know, at least an inch right here, whereas before it was like 10 millimeters. So having that gap there is nice. Oh, you can't see my SLR. I rechecked all of my bolts, made sure everything's good in there, and all the angles. It's great. I also took the time to vacuum out my interior. It was pretty gross, and it had a bunch of bottles in there from the rally. Car's looking clean. The goal for me this week is to go to test and tune on Thursday and at least go through my one set of remaining tires that I have and go from there. I do have to order some more soon, but tires are money, and after buying brand new front ones and installing all that, budget's looking tight. But yeah, so the goal is to get out there Thursday, have some fun, film a video then, hopefully see some friends, and keep on shredding. So thank you guys for stopping by. Nothing too crazy today, just fixing some minor things in the car, cleaning it up a bit, and yeah, gonna keep on rolling. So hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.